Hey everybody, it's George Tromby with Japanese from Zero, and today we're going to be doing 5 things that Japanese say about Abroad in Japan. Abroad in Japan is a massively popular channel on YouTube. Let's look at who runs it. His name is Chris Abroad. Chris Abroad, popular British YouTuber making highly enjoyable videos. I wrote this copy myself, by the way, about culture and various regions of Japan. He is crazily 29 years old, super young but super successful, and he depresses me and destroys my soul with every video that he releases, and I genuinely hate him, but purely based on jealousy and due to a lack of even 1% of Chris's natural talent and good looks. But that aside, I think you will enjoy seeing what Japanese people have to say about one of the most popular, if not the most popular, Japanese channels run by a foreigner. Here we go. Let's look at it. First one here is 最後に. Now, I don't know if he was already talking about something. It seems like he was maybe making a bunch of recommendations, and then he said this. 最後に, which means lastly or finally. Chris Abroad さん, Abroad in Japan. この方の動画を見て. Kata is polite for person. He could have said この人, but when you're talking about somebody that you respect, in general, you do this all the time in Japan, you're going to say kata. So, この方. この方. Now, it might be a little bit confusing, by the way, because this same kanji is read as whole. So, it's not a different kanji, and it means a completely different thing. You could say, こっちの方. This one is better. Like, こっちの方がいいです. But when you say この方, you're talking about this person. So, この方の動画を見て. So, look at this person's videos. 動画 means video. 見て is to look. イギリス英国、ごめんなさい。Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I read that wrong. イギリス英語. English, okay? From England English. て. Now, when you use て, in this particular case, and often, everything before the て is the topic that you're talking about, but it's a little bit more reflective. It's like, イギリス英語って, so like, English? And then he starts talking about it, okay? He could have said, イギリス英語は, but then it's not reflective and it's not really a thought, it's more of a statement of fact. So, イギリス英語って比較的に, I put a little 2 in there, I'm sorry. It's not 比較, it's 比較. 比較的聞き取りやすいなと改めて感じ、勉強が、this is not a ga, by the way, this is がてら。勉強がてらよく見るように登録者数12万5,000人. All right, let's look at some more words here. Kikitoru is making up this kikitoru yasui statement. Now, kikitoru means the ability to hear and grasp what someone has said. So if I said something to you and it was mumbled, kikitorenai, you weren't able to hear it properly. You weren't able to understand or follow what I was saying. And we are going to be seeing this particular style of grammar throughout all of the tweets, and we're going to take a moment just to go through what toriyasui, kikitoriyasui is different, and how it's different from kikitoru. So let's go ahead and look. So we have this E form of a verb plus yasui. And when I say E form of a verb, we need to know that I'm talking about regular verbs, or what Japanese refer to as the godan verbs. They use the hiragana chart, and they go through all of it. We've done this multiple times. You should know this by now. If not, go watch some videos on the Japanese from Zero channel where we talk about it. But it is the E form, meaning if the verb ends in a ru, it changes to a ri. If it ends in a gu, it changes to a gi. That's what we mean. And then we're going to add yasui. Okay? So for example, kikitoru ends in a ru, and it's going to become ri, and then we're going to add yasui, and this means easy to listen to, easy to follow, easy to hear. Okay? So he's saying, イギリス英語って, so English, right? British English, 比較的, comparatively, 聞きやすい, easy to listen to. Okay? 安い, not is like a male version of a ne, but here, often na is used to say, huh, interesting, I got it, oh, na, like ne, same thing. And sometimes if they've lengthened it, it shows envy, but we're not doing that here. He's just like having a realization that English from England is easier to understand than, of course, American English. Easy for him to listen to. So, 改めて, we'll talk about that one in a second. Let's look at some more examples of iyasui. So we have わかる to understand, わかりやすい, easy to understand. We have 読む to read, yomiyasui, easy to read. We have tabeyasui, easy to eat. Notice that we do not have the blue character showing the E form. That's because iru, eru verbs always drop the ru. They are the ichidan verbs, the one-step verbs, so they always drop the ru when they're doing their conjugation. Or whatever grammar you typically have with an iru, eru verb, they drop that ru, okay? And that's what's happening here, tabeyasui. And then we have miyasui, which is also an iru, eru verb, and it means easy to look at, easy to watch, easy to see, all right? Now, before we move on, because it's going to be in the other tweets, I want to make sure that we know the opposite of this, which is E form plus nikui. Nikui. So these are just the opposites. Kikitori nikui means hard to follow, couldn't hear what you were saying. It could be, kikitori, by the way, you'll hear that, that's a language skill, kikitori. You could say, 私の聞き取りが弱いんですよ. My listening, just literally listening, is bad. Okay, I'm weak in my listening. If someone says something and it's mumbled or muffled, or their phone connection is bad, kikitori nikui, it's hard to pick it up. Wakari nikui, maybe there's a dialect that you've never heard before and someone says it and it's hard for you to understand. That's wakari nikui. Maybe kanji is yomi nikui, hard to read for you. And maybe some type of squid that you've never had before. This is how I am. Every time seafood comes out, it's always tabe nikui for me. Especially something that has a lot of like rubbery tape, like bounce to it when you eat. Like I definitely want to bite into meat and just be chewing it. If it's like, if you got to work at it, it's like, that's tabe nikui for me. And minikui, hard to see. But I want to say one thing about minikui. You'll notice right now that this is in hiragana, but if this was in kanji, there's two words that are minikui. One means difficult to see, the other means ugly. So just be a little bit careful, because you could theoretically call someone ugly if you said minikui. All right, moving on to continue our tweet, okay? So we have 比較的聞き取りやすいなと改めて感じ, okay? 改めて means once again or newly. 改めて means it's like a reevaluation that you're doing with an 改めて. The thing following that is what got reevaluated, okay? Or actually the whole sentence is, but the verb is here. Here we have kanji, which is kanjiru, but there's a way to continue a thought. In a sense, you just drop the ru if it's in iru, eru form, or you make it in the e form of the verb if it's a regular verb, okay? So that's what they're doing. It's almost like saying, he could have made it a te form. Often a te form is used to do a continual thought. He could have said, 改めて感じて, and, right? It's an and statement, and that's exactly what we're doing here. 勉強, gatera. Now this gatera thing, I gotta be honest, I didn't learn this until maybe 4 years ago, okay? I lived in Japan for a long time, I had never heard it, and I have a Korean teacher that was helping us with the Korean from Zero book series. And she said, gatera. And I was like, what is gatera? And then she said it in Korean. And I'm like, well, I don't know it in Korean either. But it really just means at the same time. Like it's this and also this at the same time. So he says, 勉強 gatera, study, and at the same time, よく見るように, okay? I hope that you would watch it often. Okay, let's go ahead and look at what Yoni does. Yoni, I have an entire very, very popular video on it. I will probably link it at the end of this video or it's in the description. It's super popular. I highly recommend you watch it because it goes a little bit more in depth than what I'm going to talk about right now. But often this is so that you do this thing, but in this particular case, it's I hope that you will blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, and before, I just needed this one word before I show you some examples of what Yoni is doing. We needed to know torokusha, which means subscriber, okay? So let's go ahead and look. So Yoni, as a grammar, you throw it at the end of the casual form or the plain form of a verb. Plain form simply means it's not like mas, maseng form, but it's actually not limited to that. It actually can be those forms. We'll show that also too in a second. So, 合格する means to pass, like to pass a test. 合格できるように and you don't have to say anything else. Let's say that someone's getting ready to take a test. This is you sending them off with the wish that they would pass the test. So, 合格できるように I hope that you pass, okay? Now, there could be other things after this. I could say, 合格できるようにしてください. Now it becomes so that you. do it so that you pass, so that you can pass the test. You could even say shinaide. Don't do it. I don't know why you would tell someone not to pass the test. But a lot of things can come after this because Yoni modifies what's happening to the verb. But right now we're just purely talking about Yoni, dead stop, nothing after it. Let's look at another one. Okay? This is something you might say to somebody. I say it all the time. It's like a thing that I say. When someone says they're going to go to the bathroom, I always like to say, Maigo ni naranai yoni. I hope you don't get lost, or make sure you don't. It's literally like saying, I hope you don't get lost, or make sure you don't get lost, okay? Do what you can do so that you don't get lost, okay? Maigo ni naranai yoni. All right? All right? And the next one is why we wanted to have this word, torokusha, okay? Torokusha ga fuemasu yoni. Now, fuemasu yoni is polite form. Typically with grammar, you like to use, it's very, very common that you don't use the must form in front of it. It's typically going to be casual form, or what's also called plain form. So it would be fueru yoni, so that your subscribers increase. I hope that your subscribers increase, okay? And here, when you say it like this, to me, it sounds more like a prayer. Kami-sama, torokusha ga fuemasu yoni. I wish, I hope, I pray that my subscribers will increase. Because it really upsets me that this young guy, Chris, destroys my channel, and he's better than me in a million different ways. And it's soul crushing. So if you're watching, Chris, just my hate for you is pure. It's purely jealous. It's purely jealousy. You are fantastic. All right, moving on. All right, so let's, so this is, actually, you know what? I think I read this wrong earlier. It's 125万, not 12万. So 125万 is 125 units of 10,000. I have videos on counting, and I don't know why I screwed that up, but it is 125万, 125 units, which is 1,250,000. All right, moving on. All right, so that was number one. Now, the rest we're just going to go rapid fire through. Now that we know what yasui and nikui does, and maybe there'll be a yoni that pops up, we'll know what happens when that happens. All right, so we're not going to look at the whole thing. We're just going to look at this one sentence. This is Natsuki. I think his last name is Aso Natsuki, and he has played a big part in a lot of the Chris Abroad videos. There's even a movie about him if you get into the guy. And here we say, Natsuki-san ga eigo de hanasu toki daitai. Okay, pretty much more or less. Okay, daitai eigo jimaku. Jimaku means subtitles. Ga tsuiteiru koto ni kizuki. Okay, tsuku means to be included. And here he's using the te imasu form, so it is an ongoing thing. It is that thing. So more or less, there's always English subtitles. I don't know if I had kizuku. I did not. Kizuku means to realize. I realized that, and notice he's doing exactly what we said that it happens in Japanese, where he could have had a te form here, but he does the e form to continue. He's setting up the next part of the sentence. This Natsuki guy, when he speaks in English, more or less, I realized that more or less there's always English subtitles. Continuing on, この発音でも, even with this accent, which means probably Natsuki's accent's really good to him. He sounds good to this guy. But he says, even with this accent, native, us, native ni tsuji nikui. There it is, tsuji nikui. Tsujiru means to be understood. Tsuji nikui, excuse me, I got too excited, way too excited. Oh man. Tsuji nikui means hard to understand, hard to be understood, okay? Tsujiru. If you said wakari nikui, it would be hard to understand, but this means that what you're saying isn't getting passed on. It's not being relayed properly. Tsuji nikui. Tsuji nikui dato, seisoku, what did I write in English? To guess or conjecture. So seisoku shimasu. So seisoku is to guess something or to conjecture something. So he guessed that even with this level of pronunciation, even natives would have a hard time understanding, and that's why it's almost an insult to put jimaku on somebody, isn't it? Like it's saying, your language is not good enough, we're going to put jimaku on it. All right, so there you go. That is Natsuki. I took that picture from the movie, the movie cover, so I apologize for any copyright issues. All right, moving on. Number 3, okay, Hazel. So Hazel is footage, okay? Gazo is a photograph. Hazel is footage, okay? Hazel ya, henshu, editing. So ya is used in a representative list. It implies that there might be more. It's not a complete list. If you said Hazel to henshu, it would just be footage and editing. Could have said that, but ya says these are just represent. So yeah, like the editing and the footage. In English, we relay that with a tone, but in Japanese, they use ya. Mo also, うまく日本人目線で、でもしっかり日本の魅力を伝えられていると思います。Right? So, うまい. Now, if this e wasn't here, this would be 上手. It means skillful. うまい is written in 2 different ways so far that I've seen. I'm pretty sure this is like an ateji. Ateji is where you attach a sound to a kanji that doesn't actually read that way. And I believe that's what that is. Even when they write it as oishi, I believe umai theoretically at that point might even be attached with ateji. So I'm not exactly sure, but let's not worry about it. When there's an e at the end of jozu, it is not jozui, it is umai. Okay, so skillful. So footage and his editing are also, both of them, when you have a mo here, you're saying both. Both his footage and his editing are skillful, and Nihonjin mesen, mesen means the point of view of a Japanese person. Nihonjin mesen demo, even from the point of view of a Japanese person, shikkari, properly. I didn't put that one there. Shikkari, it means he did it properly. It's almost like saying chanto. Shikkari Nihon no miryōku. Miryōku is the appeal or the charm of Japan. O tsudaerateiru. Tsudaeru means to relay. So he's relayed or he's conveyed properly. And in the form that it's in right now, tsudaeru means to relay, but tsudaerareru means to be relayed. So he's saying, even from the point of view of a Japanese person, the appeal of Japan is being properly relayed. Okay? To omoimasu, I think. ユーモアもあって笑えるのも良いし、もいいし。So he has humor and you can laugh, and that's also good. All right. Number 2 thing that people on Twitter are saying about Chris abroad and abroad in Japan. All right. Again, we're going to only focus on this area here. All right. So 難易度は高めですが、難易度 means degree of difficulty, and this 高め really important, and it will power up your Japanese if you know what's happening here. Takame is takai, high. Okay. When you add me, when you take off the e of an e adjective and make a me after it. Now keep in mind, we learned sa before and we learned mi in the last video. Now we're learning me. This makes it more than normal. It's on the high side, takame, right? So 難易度, the degree of difficulty is on the high side. However, ですが is however, 日本の地方のことを英語で聞けたり, okay? 地方 is countryside or regions. No koto, about countryside, about the Japanese countryside. Oh, that's our object. What are we talking about our object? We're saying eigo de kiketari, able to listen to it, hear about Japanese countryside in English. Sarcastic, because how do you say sarcastic in Japanese? Post in the comments. Is it hinniku? What is it? Sarcastic? What is it? Sarcastic na eigo ni. Now, I had never seen this before. And I actually got on Hello Talk right away and asked a friend if she used it. Toki. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. This still says Mason. It's supposed to be Toki Ori. Toki Ori. Sorry. Sorry. Toki Ori means sometimes. Now, we learn sometimes as Toki Doki. But Toki Ori is a way to say it. And I talked to my Japanese friend on Hello Talk and I said, do you use Toki Ori? And she said, I don't use it in conversation, but I do see it in novels. And that might explain why I haven't seen it, because I don't read Japanese novels. Okay? So, Toki Ori furerete. Now, this is weird. I think it should be furarete, which means to come in contact with or to experience. It's fureru. Furarete would be to be broken up on, though. furerareru. That's what it should be. Furerarete. But you know, with the potential form for an iru eru verb, it goes to rareru, but often they drop that ra. So for example, taberareru becomes tabereru. It's just a little bit weird because it's rereru. I think normally with a re one, you would want to go to rareru, but that's just my personal. Mecha osusume desu. It's very recommended. Mecha osusume desu. And the final thing that Japanese say about Abroad in Japan is sort of a summation of it. Now, I gotta admit, I was checking to make sure everybody tweeting was actually Japanese, because I know a lot of people tweet in Japanese about Chris Abroad because they're huge fans of him. And this picture made me think, okay, this guy's probably not Japanese, but when I read all of his tweets, it seems like he's a very high-level English speaking teacher of English. But he seems to be Japanese. I hope he is. But all right, yokumiru eigo kei YouTuber. Now, yokumiru means often watch. Eigo kei means English style. If you have K at the end of anything, it means style. Okay, English style, English language style YouTuber. You might, for example, if you listen to any Japanese music, you might know bijuaru kei, which is visual style. Then there's oshare kei, which is fashionable style bands that are just like hair bands and stuff like that. So there's all sorts of K when you know that, okay? Here we go. So I don't know what my first word is. Okay, it's this one. Okay, so accento manabitai kata ni totte wa, for people that want to learn accents. Look, here we are using kata again to show respect. You could have said accento manabitai hito, but kata is so much more polite. Ni totte wa, for people that want to learn accent. Totsuki yasui, there it is. Totsuki yasui, E form plus yasui. Totsuku means to approach or to deal with. Totsuki yasui means it's approachable. Okay, so it's a easy to approach hanashikata, way of speaking. Okay, it's true. Chris Abroad's videos are very well paced, whereas mine are completely too fast, and I spit a lot when I talk. It's very disgusting, and I deserve the few amount of subscribers that I have. All right. 違った観点から日本の文化学べる. Okay, 観点 is a point of view. From a different point of view. That's why I'm pretty sure he's Japanese. One of the reasons, because he's Japanese. Why would it be a different point of view if he was not Japanese? Okay, so 違った means a different. 観点 is a point of view. From that point of view, 日本の文化, I think I had 文化 up here, culture, 学べる. You can learn Japan's culture from a different point of view. And 企画 is a project or planning. It's a thing that is not randomly thrown together like my videos, which are all just randomly thrown together and not planned. And that's why I'm a huge failure compared. Chris is so amazing. That's okay, we'll deal with it later. He prepares things. 企画にユーモアがあり. There is that E form again. Having humor in his planning, 面白い. It's interesting. And here we go again with 字幕つく to attach subtitles. つけれるが there are subtitles attached. However, なしでも even without, you can throw a demo on any verb to say even that, or not verb, sorry, any noun. So なし meaning without. Even without. わかり, oh, here it is. わか, oh, I thought it was わかりにくい, but it's わかるくらい. It's わかるくらいわかりやすい. It's easy enough to understand so that you understand. It's easy. It's easy enough. Let's see if I can nail this last sentence. So わかるくらい means an amount that you could understand even without having subtitles. That's how easy to understand it is. I think that because there's too many easy to understand there, it sounds weird. But I'm sure someone in the comments will tell me exactly what I meant to say right now. Guys, remember, Japanese from Zero is a book series available on Amazon Book Depository. And if you live in America, it's in all of the Kinokunias as far as I know. You could walk into the Kinokuniya and pick up a copy. That's it. Thank you for watching. Go watch Chris Abroad. His channel's amazing. But don't forget, please, please, I'm also a human being and I would like you to subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh man, you guys are still here. Well, guys, check this video on the top. totally chosen by YouTube's algorithm just for you. And right down here, one that I chose just for you that I think you might like. And, oh, look what else I chose for you. Subscribe button. Thank you. Also, you could just hit the like button. That's fine too. Thanks.